Hello and happy Sunday, July 21st, Capricorn Full Moon. This is the collective message. Thank you so much for your patience, all of you that are tuning in live here. I greatly appreciate it. I was really just allowing myself to channel and be really patient and intentional and receptive, to what I was hearing and receiving through my body as well. But lots of, clairaudience occurring here, especially. So I'm really excited and honored and grateful to be here sharing this message for the collective, with the collective. As this is a message for me as well, and it is greatly exciting. I know for me personally, as this feels like, this is such a massive energetic effect here in the physical 3D as well, for the collective. That will, I feel personally, I feel that it will be in effect for the next 6 months is just what has been really coming through here because of how I'm hearing like what frequency and this vibrates at, this transit in particular, with especially being in combination with the other transits that are occurring, like Saturn being in Pisces, retrograding, and Neptune being at 29 degrees as well in Pisces, retrograding. Massive shifts, and Pluto, retrograding in a Capricorn now. I believe it's in Capricorn again. Otherwise, still Aquarius, but fluctuating. I know the rest of this year in between the two, Aquarius and Capricorn, Pluto will be fluctuating between. But yes, this feels like a massive shift, in the energetic, in the spiritual, in the physical 3D as well, for the collective. And with such a big transformational, feeling time, it's also not, because what it was first coming through, the very first thing that I wrote here was, this is the end of an era for all, is the first statement, phrase, words that came through after I wrote the title here, which I wrote it's the number 9, and this is the book Capricorn Full Moon at 29 degrees, and that is what I wrote as the title. And the 9, I added up the numerology for today, and today is a 9 day, and so this is the end. It is an end day. This moon is in its final degrees of this sign, after the June 21st full moon being in the first degree of this sign of Capricorn. It is like this has been an opportunity, an opportune time of this sort of cycle, starting at that 1 degree of Capricorn full moon on June 21st and coming here to the 29th degree of Capricorn, this full moon. And so that 9 is so significant too, I feel, of it being today. So this is the end. We are now coming to 1, the number 1. It feels energetically for, especially again back to Pluto, being in Capricorn for the past 15 years, and moving into, Aquarius on January 20th, it was, I believe, this year. So it's truly a wrapping up of some cycles here in our collective experience. And that means, of course, too, that it is on an individual level, scale, capacity as well, that we are wrapping up much of the past 15 years, especially in the sense of, in terms of our heart space and it being fulfilled in the physical 3D experience, reality, lifestyle that we are living, creating. Okay? That we had been, perhaps much of that is shifting and changing for you. I know it is, certainly for me. Most certainly. But I was going to say, though this is the end of an era for all of us, what came through here, these messages that I channeled, are so positive. And, after each of these things about it being the end, there was always something, and I feel it still now coming through, that we are tremendously supported in these transitions, these and I'm hearing of karmic cycles, perhaps within our lineage, which I'll get into just a moment here. Something that I channeled, right before I was going to press go live here, really came through, and I had to write about it, write it down in reference to our lineages. And so, but yes, I will just get right into that, actually, because it's strongly coming through now with me shifting into that, which is perhaps why I shifted into it naturally. But a funny and interesting, I guess, aligned here story of mine personally to bring into this, related to this Capricorn full moon, because it is known as the buck full moon. And I had within my lineage a grandfather on my mother's side of her father's side of family, and his name referred to him was Grandpa Buck. And so to me, as soon as this came through this channel message, I said, oh, it is that grandfather energy. This is about the lineage as well, and us being in recognition, acknowledgement, gratitude, for the opportunity, the potential, as it may be for some of us, more so in the potential phase right now. But this is an opportunity. So there is lots of potential to connect with you here in the 3D, connect with your lineage on a spiritual level, whatever spirit source is, and on a soul, perhaps, level to you. Okay? And connecting to your lineage means that you are connected to what I'm hearing as like the ethers, as universal, as God, or divine, or source energy, resonance, as well as you being connected to this earthly resonance, this earth's resonance. That is what it is to be connected to your lineage, and to be connected to, I'm hearing even the resonance, the frequency that your lineage, which is very purposeful, I'm hearing and seeing within and amongst the stars, the universe of all. We may think, I'm hearing, that we're small. We may think that we're small, that we don't have such an impact on maybe even the planet, maybe even society. We'll shrink it down a bit to that, to our society, to our local community. Okay, we may think that we're small and we don't have such an impact. We do, and we do within, it's like I'm seeing like a chain reaction here. We do within ourselves, and then we do within our family and our closest direct here in the physical community, and then the next chain is that from the community it touches out into the rest of society, and then society touches out and is an effect of the earth. Okay, the earth's energy, the earth's resonance, as we all know, and I think are beginning to, if not hadn't known for a while, realize and recognize that we do and are affecting the earth's resonance, and that vice versa, the earth is affecting ours. Okay, so our lineage is, I feel, and I'm hearing it as, again, there is a purpose for it. It sort of, I'm hearing, lives in the ethers. It lives amongst source divine. Okay, and it is and has such great purpose to in the universe, amongst source and divine, and amongst here on earth. Okay, as I said and stated, as we are, again, a key factor and role within our lineage. So this Buck full moon is certainly an opportune time. And again, I said, we will especially be in effect, or this energy will be in effect, toward us, amongst us, for us, for the next 6 months. I really feel, truly will feel it so strongly. So strongly we will. And perhaps that I'm hearing will be the potential phase, that first step, really in here, as far as here in the physical for the collective and many of us within the collective. It will be this next 6 months, next, part of 2024, that we are really allowing ourselves, embracing ourselves, moving into this new energy here in the physical. Okay, so physically experiencing the change in our environment, in ourselves. Okay, but we are so greatly supported in this release. This is a release. Indeed, it is. I also was hearing here that I'm beginning to burp, and if I start doing that, if you heard me say this in a reading before, excuse me, it is messages usually being affirmed is what I receive it as. So we'll continue. This is, as Capricorn does rule in the body, our bones and muscles. And this came through as I heard the phrase rattling bones. This full moon is rattling some bones. And so you could be physically feeling that, the sensation of your bones aching. This morning I woke up with a little bit of a headache, it felt like, especially here in this area. Yeah, so there could be some aching in your bones, in your physical body, and in your hips is what was also coming through here. The pelvic bones and muscles. It said it's in the hips. So this morning too, I did find myself as I was just, flowing with my morning and getting ready to channel here and share this message. I found myself moving my hips and dancing a lot this morning. Actually, really since I woke up, even while I was doing my yoga and doing my morning routine, I found myself moving my hips. And I feel like that is supporting me personally. So I feel that's what's being channeled here and what came through here. And could perhaps, with that being said, support each of us in allowing our body, our hips to move naturally. There's, something about, I don't know, let's say, like if there's a story or any tradition or ancient, practice behind this. It feels as, that is so. I also, just looking at this too, I have my Sekhmet figurine here, and I'm looking at her hips, and this is kind of how I was this morning, with my hands up and just like allowing my hips to move. I'm just noticing this, having her here. But yeah, I feel this is supportive in the release always in the physical body, as I, again, personally pay more attention to what I am physically, sensationally experiencing, what my body is signaling to me, because that is how I take it when I'm experiencing physically, that I am being signaled to, turn my attention towards something, or that, a release or, truly usually a release is occurring. But I feel that in the hips, especially as a female, we store so much in our hips, and the pelvis, all of our bones and parts are truly important, but the pelvis, as a female, especially, we use it, in everything that we do. I don't think that I always realized that, but I have been paying so much attention, giving so much awareness, to what's happening in my pelvis lately. And the tightness in my hips. I've been, focused in on in my yoga practice and in how I move, throughout my day. And what's coming through too is like with the pelvis, and again, especially for females, is that we I'm seeing it as like this, like an image and an analogy is what it is supposed to be, but we birth, through this channel, through this canal, okay? We birth through this channel that is our pelvis. And so this feels very significant here with this ending. It feels like this is about rebirth here too, with this Capricorn full moon. but not storing, so much in our hips, perhaps at one time. Lightening the load, I'm hearing. Lightening the load so that we can birth, we can create. Okay? Here in the physical, what we truly desire to be, I'm hearing. We truly desire to be birthing, creating, experiencing. So I feel that this is turning to about being lighthearted now. Lighthearted. And perhaps as I look at my notebook again and I see the word lineage and elders, that was not our elders' experiences, our ancestors' experiences. I feel that they want this for us, want this lightheartedness for us. Again, back to the lineage. That is what we are in, I feel, soul agreement with Source, what we are meant to experience. This is what our lineage agreed to. This lightheartedness. This, I wrote the word simplicity. This ease. So this is indeed the end of this karmic cycle. This is the end of an era for all, for our lineage, for our elders, our ancestors. Life is becoming simple as it is meant to be. It is simpler than it may seem to cross over. And I wrote here, I heard the phrase, it'll only sting for a minute. Within simplicity lives harmony. So to me, hearing that, within simplicity lives harmony. If you are living a simple life, and what I mean when I say simple, I'm hearing is that which we know are true, intentional, pure desires of our heart. And that is the harmony. So when we're living this simple life, we're living harmonious life. When we are living a harmonious life, our life is simplified. Meaning our lotus light, when we agree to devote ourselves, commit ourselves to here in the physical, is simplified. Our schedules, I'm hearing, our time investment is in reflection of our heart's fulfillment. So it is simple. So it is harmonious. So our load is light. We are not burdened. We are confident, I'm hearing, in our worth. We're confident and we're secure. We feel safe. I'm hearing within what our lineage has in store for us. Here on this earth and amongst divine, and I'm hearing too, make no mistake, this is divinity. This simple, I can almost cry, I'm welling up here. This is beautiful, it feels like miraculous energy here. Pardon me for my tummy growling. It's almost my lunchtime, so this is about your confidence in yourself, your confidence in why you're here. This is about your connection to your lineage. Who came before you? What came before you here in this physical? And what has been laid out for you in divinity, in spirit, in the ethers. Amongst stars, I'm hearing. You are worthy of your own trust. You are worthy of your own trust in yourself to be the shepherd of your life. You are so worthy of your own trust. I'm hearing you made it this far. So you might as well dig deep. Dig deeper down into the soils of who you are. And it's not because I'm hearing that some of you may believe that it is, or assume, I should say, that it is. It is not in your mind. It's not in your mind. It's in the silence. It's in your heart. It's in your body. It's in your dreams, your literal dreams. When you go to sleep at night, I mean, or whenever you go to sleep. It's in nature. And your connection, your openness, your desire for all of those that I just named. That's where you find who you are. That's where you find your lineage. I want to say too, because I know me personally and many around me, many individuals, that is, there is with this simplicity, with this simple life, there's a lot that is falling away. There's a lot that is ending. There's a lot that I think many of us are recognizing cannot come, that we cannot continue to devote our energy to, invest our energy in here in this physical. There's a lot that is staying behind. Which certainly I feel began with this last full moon in Capricorn on June 21st. Much of it began to really start to bubble up to the surface around that time. If it wasn't for you already with the last eclipse in Aries, it was the solar eclipse. I talked for 33 minutes. Channeled, really. So I am gathering from the oracle now a general message, a general energy for the collective for this Capricorn full moon. Okay, I'm going to choose by feel. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have magic here. Number 22. We have responsibility. Number 7. Sort of balancing the scales. And we have connection. 23. So this is ether energy, I want to say, in this deck. This swivel here indicates ether energy for the card, and you have it twice. And it's always connected to spirit, to ancestors, to the magic. And again, this is magic that lives there in these connections, in connections to spirit, to the ethers, to I'm hearing the elements even. So then it comes back down here into earth, connection to earth, the magic here on the earth that is and has always been possible to transmute from the ethers, to alchemize here in the physical from the ethers, which again is where lineage lives. So there's a recognition, as I said, of I feel one's responsibility to honor here, balancing the scales, okay, of I'm hearing your soul. Your soul. What it agreed to vibrate at. What it agreed is to be its resonance here in the physical and in the ethers. I'm hearing too the physical here is a divine reflection of, so there's that something there with an agreement. Okay, this is quite frankly, they're saying a divine reflection of divine. It's a divine reflection. It's a reflection of the ethers, of the universe. Our 3D physical experience here, which is why it is and has such great effect. So the balancing of the scales is an agreement. It's commitment in the physical to this, what shows up as a responsibility from this agreement, from this soul agreement with source, with the universe, your lineage. Harmony as well, as I spoke of harmony here from my writings when referring to this things becoming simpler as they have been meant to be here and meant to be in terms of this agreement. Balancing of the scales, Libra energy also here. Justice is all about harmony, really and truly. It requires the harmony that beings having the ability to even be simple, your life even having the ability to be simple, is all rooted in your openness to this magic, the magic of who you are, the magic of this soul agreement, the magic of you connecting here in the physical, your spirit and your body intertwining, your awareness of this integration of the two. There's a commitment here, an opportunity to commit, to honor. Sometimes the term responsibility, I know to me, especially when I was younger, felt like when it was mentioned, when it was said, pressure. It felt like pressure was attached to this term, responsibility. It felt like being changed to the physical here, to something here in this physical reality, was always what came up for me with hearing or saying, speaking the term responsibility. And here it is presenting itself. If that, what I just said, resonates for you, is it feeling like there's pressure on top of it? Here, it is being presented as magic. Here, it is being presented as honoring this fulfillment, to have a light load to carry, a light load here in the physical. I'm going to move to this Moon Oracle deck in honor of the full moon. One more shuffle. Oh, yes. And look at that full moon in the background. I unleash my wildness and choose to be free. Exactly. What your lineage, what source, what divine, what divinity is. It's all about heart fulfillment. It's all about enjoyment. It's all about love. It's all about what's natural. Which then comes back, I'm hearing, to your inner child. What did your heart desire from its depths when you were a child? Especially in terms of how you wanted to feel, what you enjoyed, what brought you joy. When you imagined it, when you envisioned it for you to experience. that is what must be unleashed now. That's what your wildness is, ready to be expressed in this physical. Now is the time to integrate all that I have gathered. I feel that many of us know what this is. I know I do for me. Many of us know, most of us know what this is. And I feel with this too, what's coming through is you have the experience. This is that you are being, this is that being worthy of your own trust. You are worthy of your own trust in yourself to be the shepherd of your own life. Okay? You've gathered experience. You've gathered experience over the past, as I said, 15 years, especially. And you know there's a sense of having this inner compass here. Senses, I'm hearing with this wolf. The senses are strong. The instincts are impeccable here. In knowing where, in knowing what, in knowing who. Is in support in the spiritual and in the physical of your heart's fulfillment. I surrender to the power of prayer and devotion. This is that protection. This is that divine guidance. I am on the right path and divinely guided. We are greatly supported by our lineage, by our ancestors, and by our elders here, by one another, and again by Source, by Divine. Because this is the way that it is meant to be. And you can certainly have faith in that, believe in this, what may seem like a miracle. Because you indeed are on the right path. Your intuition, your instincts, as I said, your senses here are spot on. I have unlimited potential and claim my purpose. All I need is within me. With the full moon in her hand, in the palm of her hands. I'm hearing, make it yours. To wrap this up here, I also want to say and share that, and it actually says 29 on here. Wow. 29 29 degrees moon, but it could be very, very supportive. Certainly will be supportive to commit to conscious eating for conscious nourishment, for wholesome nourishment, supporting your physical body, okay, which I promise you will then support you emotionally, which will then support you mentally, okay. I'm hearing resting as well here, okay. Perhaps I'm hearing retreat, so being in more stillness and silence. If you are to be moving, I'm seeing like dancing and, stretching, yoga, and allowing your body to move as it needs, as it desires to, but it coming from your body, its natural movements and rhythm and flow, and not your mind thinking it has to do something physically. Your body has to do something physically. So, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I'm so excited for all of us, for the collective, and I'm so honored and grateful for there being many, many of us who are supporting in this way, sharing insightful guidance, okay, on the energetics occurring and availing themselves to us. I'm very grateful and honored to be amongst that collective, this collective. And I will be offering still until the end of this month personal sessions. Anyone listed on my site right now have off until the end of this month, the 31st. And the code to use is in the description box below. And if you like this video and resonate with this message, please also hit the like button, subscribe, and stay updated on when I am availing myself to share more messages with you, collective. All right, I will see you all soon.